All right. So let's discuss today the topic of what does it mean by letting go? What does it mean when we say one should just let go and be in the present moment? If one wants to get rid of suffering, misery, one should come to the present moment. And how one will do that by practicing let go. So the more you let go, the more you get rid of your suffering, your anxiety, and all negative things. This idea of letting go is also very much promoted in spiritual circles, that one should not bother about what has happened in the past, and one should not worry or plan too much about future. One should be just in a flowing present moment. But I think that letting go cannot be turned into a mantra or a practice. This insight of letting go has come from very deep understanding of human nature, of human system, of human consciousness. So that's why this topic needs a profound deliberation and understanding. So in this video, we'll try to do that. The first point we need to remember is that we cannot forget our memories. We cannot forget what has happened in our past, and especially those incidents which are very stark, which are very deep, in a sense, which leave a very deep impression in our system. We cannot forget, we cannot forget them. And there is no state where we can say that thoughts will never come to our mind, our thoughts, they're not going to come into our consciousness. No, this is not going to happen. Thoughts are thoughts, they are there. We cannot completely remove them from our consciousness. If we do so, then they will become the part of our unconscious, right? If we ignore them or if we suppress them, they're not going to go anywhere. They will be there. So when we say one should let go, it means that one should understand what does what does it mean by letting go. So let go happens. It's not that this insight is wrong or it's not worthwhile to follow this insight. No, this is very profound insight, but we need to understand it. And how then we can understand it? The first point is that we cannot understand this insight with the help of logical and rational mind. Our logical and rational mind is made up of thoughts, memories. And to understand this stage, one needs to have a different position. And that's the whole approach of this platform, that we need to adopt, we need to discover a different way, a different attitude, a different approach, which is not familiar, which is not accepted, or which is not feasible by the rational and logical mind. Basically, when we say one should not cling to one's thoughts and memories, one should be in a state of let go so that one can be at the present moment. It means that, and by the way, I need to point out that to talk about this insight of letting go, language creates a lot of difficulty, a lot of hurdles. Because language, we know that it works on the basis of duality. There should be at least two for the functioning of language, right? I mean, there should be I, and if there is I, there should be you, right? I and you are he. So then language functions. Language cannot function without the basis of duality. So duality is always there. But this insight of letting go basically comes from that position where there is no duality as such. So that's why it becomes very difficult to talk about this insight. And it becomes very easy that we take this insight in a totally opposite and wrong way, where it, instead of becoming beneficial to us, it becomes very dangerous. It proves to be a dangerous teaching or dangerous insight. So the first point, like I said, that to talk about it, we need to understand this, that yes, we do have the means of communication in the form of language, right? But we can at, at last say that that language is not going to help us much. We can use it if we believe that it is not going to refer to the things being mentioned. Rather, we are going to use language in a very loose, in a very pointing way. I mean, it's like finger pointing towards the moon. So it's not the finger. So finger is not important. Anything can point towards the moon. So words are not important. The real thing is that we need to pay attention to that towards which words point. That's the main point. So letting go basically comes from this realization that the identities which we usually have, our names, our religion, our caste, our gender, etc. This identity is not existential. This identity is a construction. It is beneficial. It might be beneficial. It might be functional for social sake, for day-to-day life. But when it comes to our true being, when it comes to existence, then this identity does not work. But the problem is that with the passage of time, from our birth onward, we become habitual to this borrowed, inherited identity. We forget that who we are. That's the main issue. That's the main problem. And we forget our original face. Now, letting go basically comes from this insight that our original face, our original nature, our original being is there. It has not gone anywhere. It is very much there. The thing is that we have forgotten about it. So now we have to remember it. You know, the difficulty of language, we have to remember it. So we have to remember it as if we are different from it. So who is going to remember whom, right? Letting go basically is a state where one realizes that no matter what one does, one is not going to be fulfilled. No matter how much one think deep, speculate, One is not going to solve the puzzle, the mystery of existence. No matter how much one yearns, yearning, my yearning is not going to lead me towards my fulfillment. My yearning even becomes a problem. So when all these things happen, then it is advised that we should just let go. In one sense, a person who has not held anything in his hands, to say to that person you should let go will not make much sense. So this insight of letting go basically has come from spiritual circles. And if you pay attention to it, you can easily know that this insight has come from Zen tradition, which emphasizes on this point that to realize oneself, one needs not to do anything. Then what should one do? Right? So one should be in a state of letting go. Letting go does not mean that one should not do anything. Letting go also means, this is the meaning of letting go. One should not do anything. But it also means that one should not do anything. One should not do anything. One should not do anything. So it's both ways. Now, we cannot bring this insight which has come from inner world. It's good for this advice is good for our spiritual growth, but you cannot bring it into our social situation, right? Social situation demands a different approach because social situations, our social identities, they have been constructed, they have been made on a different dimension. So if you bring this insight which has come from this spiritual circles, spiritual tradition, and you apply it on our day-to-day life, our social situations, then of course it is going to fire back. It is not going to help us. So the thing is that we should pay attention to it. Like I said, we are made of our inherited identities, our borrowed identities. They are not our real nature. They are not our real being. They do not fulfill us. They do not help us in existential terms. We need to figure out who we are We need to know our true and original face. So for that, it is recommended that you have to you have to let go of your inherited, constructed, borrowed identities. Now, things become very interesting here. When we say one has to let go of one's borrowed, inherited, constructed identity, what does it mean? It means, in a clear-cut terms, it means to face one's death. To say in abstract terms that one should let go of oneself looks easy, but in experiential terms, it's not that easy. It's literally facing one's death because, like I said, that due to our habits, due to the energies, the time we have invested to our constructed identities, we have become attached with them. We have become so much attached with them that we don't find any difference between them and us. It's me. Who am I? I am my name, I am my caste, I'm my religion, I belong to my country, I belong to my people. So there are my people and there are other people. I'm different from them. I have my enemies as well as friends. I love and I hate. All these things. I am that. So many experiences have happened with me. They have lasted deep impressions on me. And now I am that. And you come along and you say that in order to realize your true being, your true face, you have to let go of all these. In other words, you are saying to me that you have to die. You have to die to them. You see, the power of this insight, it basically, it, in an ultimate sense, it is asking from you that you have to come to an end. Do you think it will happen? Of course not. Who is willing to die, right? Actually, what happens is that the original face is there, our original being is there. Our constructed identities, they're not true. They do not define us in true sense, in an existential sense. That's understood. Now, how this process of ultimate death will occur? This is a question. We can say that this process happens in installments, you can say. It's not like one time one-time explosion. No, it happens, you can say gradually, in the sense that the more you let go, the more your original face, your true self emerge. Our true self is there, but it has been hidden, we can say. It has been overlooked due to our attachments, due to our direction towards this constructed identity. Now we have to turn our attention back. We have to not invest our energies, our time with these constructed things. We we need to question them, right? And we need to follow, we need to experiment with this insight of letting go. So, for example, if some painful incidents happened with me, somebody insulted me, it means that my constructed identity is in pain, is not feeling good. I've been insulted. So, what should I do? I should let go of that identity, which is attached to the phenomena, to the incident of in, insult, right? For example, somebody says to me, you are an ignorant person. So somehow, deep down, I believe that I'm a very sharp, I'm very intelligent and clever person. I believe in that. So what you have to do, you have to let go of this belief. Just a belief. It's a construction. You have borrowed somehow this belief of being intelligent, being sharp, being clever, right? Somebody might have told you, somebody might have flattered you. Maybe your parents, maybe your mother or father, or maybe your friend, in order to encourage you, might have said that. And you start to believe in that because it feels good to be intelligent, to be sharp, to be clever in this world. No, it feels good. The world sports that. The surrounding sports that. If you are intelligent, you are admired, you are appreciated. If you are dull-witted, you are not, right? People are going, people are going to make fun of you. They're going to play with you, right? They will joke about you. So this doesn't feel good. So letting go means what? That you have to let go of this, let go of this belief that you are intelligent. Letting go does not say that you have to believe the opposite. Just says that you have to let go of your belief. You have to let go of belief even because existence, your true being, does not need any kind of belief. It is enough unto itself. In order to live, you need not to have any kind of belief, right? You need to have a strong, healthy breathing, right? In order to live just. So there is no need of any kind of belief. You need not to believe you are intelligent, sharp, or clever. And neither nor you are going to you need to believe that you are dull-witted. No, you have to let go both of these. But what happens when I do that? The real thing is not that I become successful in letting go. The real thing happens, you know, when you or when there is recognition. I'm not going to use this word you because you again will create the duality. So when this recognition happens and when this recognition occurs that there is something, there is something which emerges when I let go. There's a sense of space, there's sense of freedom and joy within me. I feel that sense of joy and freedom basically comes from our true nature, from our true being. And what happens then? That I start to trust that dimension more and more. And the more I trust that dimension, the more I am in a position to let go. So let go is not just a one-way process. It's not just okay, you have to let. You have to just let go. Let go where? Let go what? And if I let go, then what I will hold on to instead of, in place of what I let go. What will be there when I let go? So the insight informs us or points towards us that there is that dimension. You know, you need not to yearn for it because again, yearning will create a hindrance in anything, any imagination, any desire, any yearning becomes a hindrance to your original face, to your original nature. There is no yearning, there is no desire. There's just silence, which is not absence of noise. It's very existential silence. It's very juicy. So even if you yearn to see your original face, you yearn to meet with your beloved life. Even you have to let go of your yearning. This is not going to help you out there. You have to get rid of this duality. It is the duality which is which is creating problem for you. You think that you are different from your true nature. You are different from your true face. No, you have to just let go of your mask, your persona. And how you will do that? No, you have to get rid of yourself. And how you will do that? You know, more and more you will let go. If you cannot let go, you have to let go of this let go. This struggle to let go, right? I mean, there comes a point when one feels that one cannot let go. One tries one's level best, but one remains unable to let go. So you have to let go of your struggle to let go, right? You have to just give up, right? You have to trust completely on your true nature. It's a, you can say, leap of faith. You have to jump that. And in this whole process, you will see, you will realize time and again that many occasion comes, many times it happens that you cling to your constructed, your inherited, your borrowed identity. You feel fear, you feel trembling, and you hold back to your constructed and borrowed identities. But don't worry, if you have tasted even the small fraction of that juice which is coming from the fountain of your life, right? From the nectar of your life, you are not going to stay restful. No matter how much you cling to your old identities, borrowed identities, that thing is not going to let you rest. Again and again, you will go back to that. And your fear will stop you. It will say to you, don't do that. You will be finished. You will be no more. So there you have to let go of this fear. You have to let go the fear of death even. You have to welcome to your original being, true being, which never left you, which was always there waiting for you when you will be returning. Knowingly or unknowingly, you are yearning for that. And the beauty or the irony of the situation is that you are not away from it. You are that. But you have identified yourself with the false borrowed, constructed identities. That's our suffering. That's why we suffer. We feel lonely. We feel alienated in this wonderful, beautiful, generous existence. We don't need anything to be happy. We don't need anything to be joyful. To be happy, to be joyful is, is the very nature of our being. It's not something that we have to earn for it. So, this, like I said, this insight is originated from spiritual circles. It's a spiritual insight. You cannot bring it into your social situation. For social situation, we need persona, we need personality, we need a kind of identity. If somebody insults us, we need to be angry, of course, or according to the situation, according to the context. Sometimes we need to be angry, sometimes we need to just let go, right? So we cannot apply this insight into our outer world. It's not for outer world that you have to let go. No, no. This is for very specific purpose. This is to know your true being, right? This sharp sword was given to the warriors who are on the way to figure out, to know, to conquer their true nature. And now people, they have misunderstood it, and they are applying it uh, on their social and constructed and uh, the situations where it should not be applied, right? Definitely bounces back if we do that. Thank you.